The Wizards won game 4. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Back with another game review. Wizards won game 4 against the Toronto Raptors. Score 106-98 in favor of the Washington Wizards. Wizards came home to DC. They won game 4. Like I said, game 3 is wonderful. Glad that we won it, but we need to win game 4 to really make some noise and to set this series back on even playing field. Basically now 0-0, and it's now a best of 3 series. I really hope that we don't have any repeats of the whole Boston thing, because I really felt like we could have won game 1 in Boston and really felt like we could have won game 2 in Boston, but the whole game 5 debacle and all that, and I just really hope that we win game 5, and then we come home on Friday. We can treat Friday. Wow, that's really quick. Just realized that Friday. They're gonna go from Wednesday to Friday. Boom, that's really quick. Anyway, come home Friday, are able to close out the series on our home court. How amazing would that be? Because I don't think they've done that. Wait, oh man. Sorry, my game replay started playing. Anyway, I don't think we've done that before. So yeah. Ugh. Hold on. Yeah, I had to close that out. Anyway, I don't think we've done that before. So it'd be really nice to close it out on our home court. Drake was there, looking sad, looking mad, looking pitiful, looking like a buck tea his damn self. Anyways, yes. So the Wizards got this win. It was looking a little close there. It was looking a little close. The beginning, they didn't start out great. They were down early by like 11 in the first quarter. They were able to kind of they got the deficit to like 8 by the end of the first, and then the second quarter they still weren't able to end the quarter like on a great note. They were still down in the second quarter, but in the third quarter they blew things wide open. They went on a great run. They played really good defense. They played with a lot of energy, able to get stops, able to make their shots, because it wasn't like they weren't getting shots. They just weren't making shots, and they weren't getting great shots in the first few quarters. Their offense wasn't clicking. But in the third, things were really able to get better and start going their way. Fourth quarter started, the Raps came out on a run. Like, they came out really good, and I really thought that, I don't know, man. I really don't know. Like, it was close there for a second. It's really close there for a second. I don't even know. I feel like I don't even know what I'm saying. But anyway, it was close there for a second, and Wizards were able to pull away and take that one. Bradley Beal fouled out with about 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter on a BS call, which he said aloud. I was reading his lips. He was cussing. So he fouled on like a BS call with DeRozan. DeRozan pretty much ran into him because he knew he was standing right there and fouled out. But he was really upset. And, other people may have looked at that moment like, yeah, we're just not going to win, blah, blah, blah. But really, I feel like that was a blessing in disguise, just like when John Wall went out in the season with his injuries, and that was a blessing in disguise because it gave other guys the opportunity to step up, and it forced them to work together and work hard. I feel like John Wall willed them to that win. He willed them to that win, and so did Bradley Beal from the bench. He was the biggest cheerleader on the bench. He was the biggest cheerleader in Cap One Arena from the sidelines. Like, he was going crazy over there and was really keeping his team hyped, keeping their hopes alive, keeping their faith up and stuff like that. I thought that was so good. John Wall definitely willed this team to win. He took over the game, but he didn't do it by himself because he had help, and he was also like, getting other guys shots and passing out to other guys. Like, you would probably think he would just try to take this whole thing over by himself. And that's really probably what they assumed he would try to do. Just take the game over. Like, oh yeah, he about to take over. We're just going to try to guard him. But he got other guys involved. I thought that Kelly Oubre was really great tonight. He had 10 points, 2 assists, and 5 rebounds. And it took him a while to, like, get there. But I really feel like he was great tonight, and it wasn't just his offense. It was really his defense. He injected a lot of life, a lot of energy into the game. The old Kelly Oubre is back. He is back. All the smiling and the extraness, jumping down, the extra, all that energy, everything that we loved about him, his crazy ways and stuff, all that is back. Like, and most importantly, his defense is back, and that's really what we needed. He's finding other ways to impact the game, like I mentioned in my other video. So that was awesome to see. Who else? Our bench wasn't really like on nothing like you would think they would be, but it didn't matter because they provided a lot of defense, they provided energy, and their presence was just very helpful. Like Jan Mahimi provided good defensive energy. He had some blocks in there. Like Jan Mahimi is blocking niggas again. Like he's protecting the rim. Like what more do you want? Like, okay, well you want offensive production, but still, beggars can't be choosers, and Wizards fans can't either. So 4 points for Mahimi and 4 points for Mike Scott, but it sure felt like they were doing so much more. Just their energy, their presence, their defense. That's all we really needed. No points for Ty Lawson, and I really don't care what Ty Lawson does from here on out because the fact that he really came in and stepped up the way that he did in his very first game as a Wizard is very telling. And of course, you can't always expect the same production, especially from the people that we bring in to be Wall's backups. Like they be having like these 1 or 2 good games, and then it's quiet for them. But he was there. He had energy. He had life. He tried on a defense. He was trying to get guys open for shots and stuff. He had a assist or whatever. It wasn't like he wasn't trying. He was trying. Um, but the stars of the night for the Washington Wizards, of course, we got to give that to John Wall and Bradley Beal, with honorable mention to Marcin Gortat, who cut his hair. Marcin Gortat cut his hair and has been playing so much better ever since Gortat been bald. It been like low key lit for him. Like it's crazy. But 12 points for Marcin Gortat and 6 rebounds. He had an assist as well. He's been playing a lot better, like I said, since he cut his hair. He's been making his little jump shots or whatever and actually finishing at the rim and, all that. Not crazy amount of turnovers, nothing like that. Markieff Morris, he had 6 points. He wasn't super productive on the offensive end, but his defense and his presence was felt. His toughness, everything he brings to the game was there. It just, excuse me, he just wasn't scoring like that. But that's not what we needed from him tonight. We still won. We still got that. Otto Porter, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. All his points came in the second half of the game. He went like 0 for 4 through the first half of the game. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't even like they wasn't trying to get him involved, but they weren't trying to get him involved in the right way. Like it was bad shots. It was a lot of tough shots. And in the second half, he was taking the type of shots that he likes to take, like, catch and shoots and transition and stuff, points and transition, stuff like that. That's where he flourishes. Like I want to say, get back to the stars and the savers of this game because Bradley Beal scored 31 points before fouling out and had 5 rebounds, 2 assists. He had like 3 3-pointers back to back to back to keep us in the game. John Wall, of course, was a beast and a monster. 27 points, 14 assists, 6 rebounds. He caught 2 bodies, Jakob Pertl and Valanciunas, to which he ended saying, "This my city. We don't play that shit." Which, I've been reading all their lips and all that stuff, but he was really good. He basically willed the team to a win. I was just like, for real, let's just put all the stats and the foolishness aside, stats and all the game notes aside. Like, I was just really happy that we got this. Now this series is even, and it's a real series now, guys, because for a while it wasn't looking like it was going to be, especially after that game two. After game two, a lot of people lost hope. Like I said, I said I'm not going to stop believing in my team. I'm not going to give up on my team, but it just looks bad. It looks really, really bad. And it's just looking like this might be how it's going to go because this is how they've been playing throughout the season. No defense, no energy, just there, just thinking like, yeah, whatever. It's a game. We're here. We showed up. That type of attitude. And to see that, especially in a playoff game in Canada, game two, and you could win, was hard to watch as a fan. It was very disappointing and hurtful and just left a lot of fans with a bad taste in their mouth. But like I said what I said. So Yeah, they weren't even really giving the Raptors any resistance throughout the first two games, and so like now they're giving them resistance. Now they're playing defense. Now they're fighting back. Like first few games, they got knocked out. They were punched. They call it punch in the mouth. No, you were getting beat up, and you got knocked out. And now they've gotten up and started fighting for real. And so now it's a series, and it's now up to the Raptors to show what they got and to show like, can you fight back against adversity? Can you fight back against adversity? I mean, let me see. So Raptors. Gonna talk about the Raptors a little bit. Raptors got to the free throw line a lot. They did have a lot of turnovers. They had like 18 turnovers again, and the Wizards capitalized with like 20 plus points off of those. Um, Siakam had only 3 points, 3 rebounds, but he played good defense. CJ Miles held only 2 freaking points, which is crazy. That's part of the reason why Raptors didn't win tonight. 1 assist, 1 rebound. Jakob Poeltl, 10 points. His offense wasn't super great throughout the first half of the game, but it definitely started clicking towards the end in the second half. Delon Wright only had 7 points, so he didn't have his usual production for the Raps, which helps them get to where they need to be. DeMar DeRozan had 35 points, and a lot of those points, like 10 of those points, he made it to the free throw line 18 times. I'm not sure how many he made, but a lot of his points came off of the free throw line and him, I guess, just attacking. I mean, he did make some shots. It's a lot of tough shots, so you got to give him credit for that. He makes a lot of tough shots. Kyle Lowry with the exact same amount of points he had last game, 19 points, 5 assists, 7 rebounds. Jonas Valanciunas with 11 points. Serge Ibaka had 7, so not too much more than he had before, but just a better overall game from him, especially with the 10 rebounds. OG Anunoby had 4 points. And like I said, Jonas Valanciunas had 11 points. Gortat, I said this in my preview of the season that Valanciunas is a center that Gortat doesn't do completely awful against. You understand? He doesn't do completely awful against him. He doesn't do great, but he doesn't do like god awful. And then we have, what is his name? Can't remember. And then we have the matchup between Serge Ibaka and Keith Morris, which I believe Keith Morris is doing really well in that matchup. That's really where most of his focus and energy goes on the defensive end and just like keeping Ibaka in check. And those two matchups have really been helpful for Washington, for Gortat and Keith to take care of Valanciunas and Ibaka, because OG Anunoby and Pascal Siakam they be kind of they be kind of trying to lock John Wall up. So yeah, I like that. I really like that we won this game. It's a series. I'm really happy. I'm excited. I'm sorry about this game review being late. I already told y'all though it was gonna be late because I had some things to do, but it's here now. I hope you guys enjoy it. Peace, guys. It's your girl Janice. I love you guys, and I can't wait for Wednesday night game 5. That's the real test. Whoever wins game 5, we need to get that one. It needs to be us. So playoff genius is in full effect. Wear my Wizard jersey every night for every review for the rest of the playoffs. And peace, guys. Have a great night.